Everybody going through a divorce should have a divorce checklist. Airline pilots use a checklist because overlooking even a small detail could be catastrophic. The same is true in your divorce. In the heat of the moment, you could miss a small detail that could end up costing you thousands. A typical divorce consists of many moving parts. There are many small details that are very important. If you're not careful, small details could get overlooked. These missed details can come back to haunt you in several ways. They can either cost you money or result in misunderstandings and future arguments. For example, if you have children, which parent is going to claim the tax deductions? Who will claim the mortgage interest for your house in the last year of your marriage? Some divorce issues aren't necessarily financial. Parenting time issues are often poorly defined in many divorce agreements. This can lead to future conflict. For example, where will the children be spending New Year's Day? Most parents alternate years and holidays. The kids will stay with dad on even years and with mom in odd years. Great, but what time will the exchange take place? Will the kids be with dad on New Year's Day beginning at 10 a.m. or 5 p.m.? What time will the kids go back to mom? 3 p.m. or 10 p.m.? Who's responsible for the transportation of the children, mom or dad? Maybe mom picks up while dad drops off. If you overlook small details like these, they can turn into big problems in the future. So before starting negotiations, you should create a checklist and add to it over the course of your negotiations as you become aware of more things. As your negotiations become finalized, you need to ask yourself if you've covered everything before you sign off on your divorce decree. If you're not using a checklist, you're much more likely to forget something. Divorce is an emotional and stressful process. If you're like most people, you'll have a lot on your mind. Using a checklist is a great way to make sure even the smallest details don't get missed. Remember that the dullest pencil is more reliable than the sharpest mind. You need to create a checklist and use it. But even if you use a checklist and follow it, how do you know that that checklist is complete? You don't know what you don't know. You might think that you have all the bases covered, only to discover that you left out some very important things from your checklist simply because you weren't even aware of them. So how do you know what should go on your divorce checklist? You need to educate yourself about the divorce process. If you don't thoroughly understand the process, you're likely to leave items off your checklist because you weren't even aware of these details. Don't rely on a lawyer to create a detailed checklist for you. Lawyers are often too busy and don't have time to find out what's really important to you. Remember that nobody cares about your divorce more than you do. For tips on how to educate yourself about the divorce process and create a great checklist, please visit my website at greatdivorceadvisors.com. To see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Please invest in the time to educate yourself about the divorce process. You'll be glad you did.